Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Doodle Robot, and today we're going to look at some kind of whips and altering pages and stuff like that. So this first one I am showing you, it's not started yet. This is in My Wondrous World Enchanted Winter by, let's see, get you in the right place there, Masha Vandenberg. Love this book. I did one many winters ago. Where is it? Just a double page spread. It was very wallpapery. It was just one of those, when I sit down I could just start painting on it. Kind of a warm-up thing. So it's just, I think it's just acrylic paint, maybe one gel pen. Alright, but back to this one that I want to do. I'm going to alter it a little bit because I'm going to paint the background. And I want to make that easy. I'm going to paint out these snowflakes here. But I'm going to adjust this a little bit before I start painting it so that it's easy to paint. I don't want to be painting around, I don't know, I'm just not in the mood for it right now. I don't want to be painting around some of these little doodads, so I'm going to find a good pen. I usually like the 5. The 5, okay. Alright, and I am just going to pull you down a little bit so you can watch me alter the page a bit. Oh gosh, I'm having some problems today with the camera. Okay, alright, let's see here. Okay, so there's some hard to reach spots here. And I'm just going to wing this. It's pretty loosely drawn, like it looks like they actually did it by hand, which is nice. I appreciate that. Some people, they'll do their drawings, I don't know, in a program or something, but they don't look like they were drawn by a human hand. It looks like maybe they started out that way, but then they clean it up and it looks so perfect and clean. I really prefer the human touch in my work that I buy. Alright, so I gotta figure out how to kind of blend this in. There's a lot of these just loopy things. I think I'm gonna do that, and that will eliminate some of that there. So let's make it look intentional here. Okay, so that gives me some easier ways to paint that. Alright, now we need to figure out how to blend in this snowflake. Either need to paint it out or blend it in. Actually, I think I'm going to paint that one out. So let's see. Oh, okay, so here we have some spaces. I don't want to be trying to go in there with the paintbrush, so sometimes I'm in the mood for that and it doesn't bother me, but sometimes I am not. So I think we'll do I'm just trying to get elements from around here that I can use. Okay, so there's this bit here. Okay, so I think we can just do a line here. Blend that in. And then there is this little space here. So I think we'll just get creative. I think that will be good. So I'm planning on doing this, all the design work, in just one color scheme, basically. And I want it, I'm debating whether, am I in shot? No, I don't think we need anything there. Okay. So all the design work is going to be one color scheme. The sky is going to be a color scheme that obviously goes with that. And then this animal, I don't know what it is. I'm going to have to look that up. Animals with curved horns. Okay. So you'll notice my pin is a little bit bigger than hers. But I don't have... Do I have a 3? Oh, I have a 3. I could try the 3. Let's try the 3. Let's see what that looks like. I'm going to give the 3 a shot here. No, I'm not. I like the 5. I changed my mind. That was a squirrel moment. Squirrel. So got to figure out a way to get this into the... There's a lot of... Not sure about that one. There's one up here too. Okay. So I'm just moving on to something else. I'm going to let my brain, I don't know, think about that one a little bit. Actually, I think I'm going to switch to the 3. Okay, that... All right, now there's Although I do have to paint into that teeny little space, I guess that's okay. One teeny little space. All right, still thinking about that one. Oh, I rather like that. Okay, I probably should do some scalloped edges around that, but I want to take care of this part over here first. All right, so that's cupped in there. We'll do some scallops here. That's a terrible scallop. There we go. Now it's all blocked in. I don't have to worry about painting any teeny tiny spaces. Okay, I'm just looking at my overall composition. I really like how this is going to be one color, kind of a sky background, but it's going to bleed over here a little bit. And down here, I like that composition. It would be nice if maybe it came up a little bit here, because it comes way down here. So if it came up a little bit there, but I don't want to paint around all those things here. Actually, that one's easy. We can just put a scallop around that. And pretty easy to paint in there. All right, so just this one. Well, I guess that actually wouldn't be too hard to paint around. I don't know, right there. Okay. So I'd rather color that in with colored pencil. So we're gonna figure out a design here to go. Okay, and then all I have to do is paint in there, and that's just going to be part of the whole, like, design that I'm going to do. Nope, nope. I found one more. I'm going to paint that one out. So there's some little spaces over there that would be easier to deal with a pencil. Okay, so I think it's ready for me to start painting the background, which I'm not going to show that on video, but I will show you another one that I just started, another whip. Sorry, there was a message on my phone. I was trying to read and talk at the same time. Whoa, sorry, I shook you a whole bunch. I started another whip in Trolls here, and I'll show you where that's at. I used watercolor, and boy, did it bleed through. But I did check before I started. I checked to make sure how the paper would take it. I checked each side. I'm like, okay, I don't really care for this page, this wallpaper page. I like a lot of wallpaper pages. Not really that one. And this other one is okay. I may want to do it someday, but yeah, it's just a lot of big spaces to color in, so I'm not too worried about it. Now, this one, I did take a picture of it because one of my viewers asked me to show before what they look like before. So I took a picture of it. I will clip that in when I'm done talking about it so you can see what it looked like. But as you can see, I'm kind of coloring the little flowers on the background. So I just did a watercolor in the background, and then this is black acrylic paint here. What it covers up, this was just a big blank space. These two were the same character called Smidge, I believe, who likes to lift weights with their hair. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. It looks like it's wearing a dress, but I don't know. That just could be how trolls dress. I don't know. Here was this character just upside down, flipped around. And I'm like, I don't want to color that character 6 times. That's too much. So I made these so that I can put something in there. I'm thinking maybe something graffiti-esque. So we will see how that goes. So that's where we are. Like I said, following this clip, I'll have the picture of what it looked like before, although I explained it pretty well. So I'll see you in the next clip. Okay, we're back. I'm on to a different whip right now. This is my grasshopper whip in Animal Kingdom. I'll show you what I'm doing here in a second. Just a tip for, you know, when you're split your book and you're way at the end of a book and it's hard to color because it doesn't have as much under it as this one. Just stick a book or, you know, whatever you have hanging around. It makes it much easier to color on this page, as it's not like breaking the spine and stuff like that. just a quick tip. What I'm doing here is on the part that I've altered here, I painted it with a couple layers of apple barrel. I just got done blowing it dry with a cool blow dryer. I'm going to put on some yellow flame in this case, because I think the attention getting grasshoppers here, excuse me, are the yellow white ones here. And so I have, I have a yellow row. I think it would be nice to pull the eye this way with a yellow strip here. And then I'm going to do something on top of the yellow strip. I think I'm going to write something, but I don't know. I could change my mind. That happens all the time. And I'm going to put some circles over here as well. There's a circle there that I haven't colored yet. I dripped on my grasshopper. I have to fix that. These things happen. This is why I write down what I use, so I can easily grab it again and fix it. Yeah, so I'm just going to put the yellow on here. You can see I've got washi tapes there. I don't think I'll do that on camera, but I wanted to show you where I was. It's so close to being done. I have to figure out what I want to say or do or whatever there and finish my circles, and then I'm pretty much done with this one. I'll show you what's been happening in the other books that I've been working on. I gotta say, I have discovered something about myself. When I went into December, I had all these whips that I wanted to get done. I wanted them to be done by the end of December. And because of that, I got very little done. And what I'm trying to say here is I've been energized recently because I just starting things. I find that I only work on things for a little while, and then I flit to something else, and then I work on that for a little while, and I flit to something else. Well, I had kind of some old whips there that, I really want to get done, but that's not how my brain works. My brain works better if I'm starting things and working on old things, and starting things and working on old things. So when I just had the 8 or so books that I had with the whips in them, I couldn't bring myself to work on any of them. So the past couple of days, I'm just going to start some things, because clearly that's not working for me. It was a good goal to have, and I still have the goal to finish older whips, maybe sooner than I finish newer whips, but I kind of discovered, that thing about myself that just doesn't like to work on what it's told to work on. So an interesting side note. So back to Enchanted Winter. I'll show you where we are. I have finished painting, and in my mind, I was going to leave it blank here. So I've got paint all over me, but I was going to leave it blank, but then I'm like, oh, that's too blank. So I decided to add some snowflakes just with stencil and some white paint. That's where we are there. I think on this part here, I looked up what that was called. What is that called? Hold on. It's a mouflon. A mouflon. Now we know. Okay, I would not have guessed that in a million years. I thought it was going to be a caribou or something. I clearly don't know what a caribou is. I want these all to be light. And possibly I may go and outline all the black lines with a dark jelly roll. I'm leaning towards that. Who knows what will happen, but that's what I'm leaning towards. I change my mind all the time. And on I was going to say Smurf, but these are trolls. The troll page, we are this far along. Is that any farther than I was before? Well, I think I've colored all these in the background. And I'm getting ready to do a smidge here. I've got my letter stencils out. I think I might use this one. And I'm going to write smidge here in the middle column. Apparently there's a saying that smidge says that it's called hair up. I was like, well, I could write that there, but I really don't like that saying. So, smidge and maybe some sort of pattern stencils here, I'm thinking. And then smidge is just going to be colored how smidge is colored. So I have he, whatever they are, on my phone to reference that. So that's where we are with that one. So things are coming along. Been blissfully working on things over the Christmas holiday. All right, so I am going to go off and do some more stuff. I'm back because I had to show you how good it looks. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. I love that yellow stripe. Now I have to figure out what I'm gonna do on top of it. It's got to dry thoroughly too because there's like 4 coats of paint there. I probably neglected to say I put the antique white on first because if I just painted yellow on top of black, it'd take like 9 coats to get it thoroughly covered. In this case, it took 2 coats of antique white and 2 coats of the yellow. So just 4 coats on top of the black there instead of like, 9. Okay, I'm back. I thought I would show you where we are on this page. This is Enchanted Winter. I had all of my Prismacolors picked out because I was going to do this in pencil. But then at the last second, I changed my mind and decided I would do it in watercolor paint. So I've just used my Mei Liang watercolors. I have a really old set here. I think they're different now. They come in like individually wrapped things, little pans now. I used 3 of these colors here, 3 of the blue, purples. I think these 3. And 1 of my White Nights granulating watercolors. So it was these 3. And that was Blue Mist. Not included in any of the sets. That's an individual one I had to buy in the granulating watercolors. But this was inspired by a piece I did a while ago. This piece, where I watercolored over the whole background, and then I did some sponge painting on top of it. So I did the same thing here, although I had already painted the background, so I was very constrained in what I could do. Here I did it in reverse. I just did the whole thing first. I then painted a wash, I glazed a light watered down wash for the light purple here so you can still see through to the background. And then the rest is, I believe, paint markers on this one. So it's inspired by that one. I've done this technique in other ones. The one I did this year, I finished it. It was a Daria Song one, the Darts in Space one. I did that with the mandalas that I drew on there. I painted them, and then in that one I went over with the colored pencils. Now in this one, I'm going to go over it with these 2 colors, just here and there, not everywhere. So that would be these 2 colors here. I was going to use that light one, but when I was looking at it next to the paper, I think I like this dark one better. It'll make more of an impact. So these 2 colors, and I'm just going to space it here and there throughout. I'm not going to color everything, just a few things. And then I'm going to outline the whole design with something. I don't know what yet. A paint marker, a jelly roll, and I'm not sure if it's going to be if I'm going to outline in light or in dark. We will, once I color this a little bit, we'll see where that gets us. Okay, so I'll see you in the next clip. I just love that. I love how you can see the paint behind it because it's just glazing on top. Love that effect. I really like using watercolor paint and markers together. That's become a new favorite technique of mine in 2024. And I'm sure it will continue into the new year. All right, so I'm going to continue that all over the page, and we'll be back in a bit. Okay, so this is the last clip. I thought I'd show you where I'm leaving it off at. Hopefully these will be done for my end of the month projects. This is the one in the troll book, the smidge one. As you can see, I've kind of done smidge here. I stenciled on the letters, and then I've started outlining them with paint markers. There will be more colors, I think, there. It'll hopefully look more, as I go along, it'll hopefully look more graffiti-esque. Poor Smidge, though, I'm not sure I like the color of his skin. I did it with watercolor, my new favorite color. My what is it called? Okay, something or other. Green yellow. I love this color. However, for poor Smidge here, it looks like Smidge ran off to the Bahamas this Christmas and got a splotchy tan. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to save that, if I'm going to save it. Smidge might just have to live with his splotchy tan. But that's where I am on that one. I really like how this is turning out. Enchanted Winter here. This is what it looks like after I went over. So I watercolored and then kind of sponge painted with watercolor. And then I went over it with three. I ended up using 3 different Tombow markers, pastels. And I really like how this is looking. I still need to, I think, outline all the lines with something. I'm not sure if I'm going to use a jelly roll or a paint marker. I'm not sure if it's going to be light or dark. I go back and forth in my mind and still do the mouflon. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I have no idea. But yeah, I really like how that looks once I put the marker on there. Exactly what I was hoping for. So we will leave it there. Hopefully you can see these in my finished pages. Maybe there'll be whips in my finished pages. Maybe they'll be done. I don't know. It's getting preciously close to the end of the year. Yay! I'm ready for 2024 to be over. And I will see you next time. Live long and prosper. Bye-bye.